Alright guys, so as you see, I did sell the GR Corolla. It was kind of like a last minute decision, and after looking around, I did find something slightly different that I thought was going to be a lot better, and it was at the right price. So I ended up pretty much just taking off everything that I had on the car, obviously because it costs money and I'm not just gonna throw away all the stuff that I had on there. So I took all that stuff off. It took me like 2 or 3 hours, and finally I went to a dealership that had the car that I was looking for. And surprisingly, even with all the GR Corollas and everything like that, they're still trading in at MSRP, or if not even a little bit more than MSRP if you find the right dealership. So the car that I sold, I mean, I pretty much sold it for more than I paid for it. It was not much more, maybe a few $100s more than what I actually paid for it, but I actually found a dealership that did buy it for me. So surprisingly, I was able to make a little bit of money off of it. But the only reason I traded it in was because I found something that I thought was going to be a lot nicer. And you guys are probably wondering, why did I trade it in? Could I not afford it? Could I not do this? Could I not do that? Was it as good of a car as I thought it was? I mean, were my expectations set high and the car just was not meeting those expectations, or what? But really, it was an amazing car. I mean, I don't even think I put it to the test of what it could actually do. I mean, I only had 2,000 miles on the car, but I just didn't have it long enough to actually utilize it for the all-wheel drive system. I mean, it barely even rained when I had that car, so I didn't even get to experience if it does have much better traction with all-wheel drive, because I've never had an all-wheel drive car, especially like that made decent amount of power and everything like that. So with all that being said, the car is sitting over there that I ended up trading it for. So let's see what I bought and if it was worth it. So obviously you guys see what it is. It is a 2024 GR Corolla, but it is the Circuit Edition. So I found this car, like literally it was about an hour and a half away from me or whatever, and I saw the listing price. The asking price of this car was $42,000, and it only had 3,800 miles on it. So, and after enough finagling with the dealership, I got it to $42,500 out the door, which is a crazy deal for this car, when they actually bought my car for like $41,800. So really, I mean, all of the dealership wanted me to do is pay their dealer fee and some stupid add-on for their perma plate or something like that, which is a really crappy ceramic coating and interior coating or whatever. But yes, I got the 2024 Circuit Edition. Probably had to have been the cheapest I could find, and it was in the blue flame color, which is something I really like. Some people don't like it, but ever since I've seen like the WRXs and the STIs, all those having that like rally blue, it really sets this car off, and I like it. So I did like the basic white color as well, but this for some reason just stands out so much more and just looks so much better with the body line. So, but yes, this car is what I bought. And also too, if you were the previous owner, please reach out to me. I'm curious why you sold it, and why did it just not meet your expectations or what. But all I know is the backstory of this car is the guy traded it in for an Audi RS3, and that was it. and left on a few $1,000s worth of mods on this car. So not exactly sure, but would like to hear more about the person who owned this before. But please reach out if you were. So what I've been told, and obviously I can see it, it has the Venturi intake, the carbon fiber one that costs, I don't know, $1,500 or whatever, and then a radium oil catch can, and then it also is tuned with EcuTech through boosted performance, is all I've been told. So it's not anything crazy. The car does feel a little bit faster than my last one, but it's not a crazy amount. This intake definitely makes the car sound a lot better. You have a lot more blow off noise, and you can definitely hear the intake sucking in air. So whether or not it's worth the $1,500 or whatever it is, it definitely looks good. So if you're looking for an intake that looks good, this is the one. So, and then one thing too that I'm not a big fan of, but I've been getting kind of used to it, is I believe it's just the lower pitch mount has been changed to, I believe, one of the hardest, if not the hardest bushing that Grocery Getter Performance sells, because when you are letting off into first gear, it definitely does shake the car quite a bit. And then if you're just at lower RPMs, the engine shakes quite a bit, and then you feel everything in the car. It's not terrible, but might try to find one that is a slightly not as stiff, just to see if it makes driving it at lower speeds a little bit nicer. So, but yes, this car is amazing. Has a carbon fiber roof, so it has the forged carbon fiber roof. Has some ridiculous tint on here. Not a big fan of this tint because everything outside looks like purple, pink, and blue. Outside it is a very reflective tint, so I'm just not a big fan of it, as I don't know, the orangish yellow color that the tint gives and the blue just doesn't look the best to me. So some people might like it. I don't hate it, but it's not my first choice, so most likely we'll get rid of that soon. Hopping in, obviously we get the Circuit Edition badge. I wish these were numbered, but they're not. But I know they are limited to like 1,500 of them or whatever a year. But pretty much everything else is the exact same. So I've put on about maybe 400 miles or so since I bought this car about a week ago. Everything in the interior is practically the same, except for it has blue stitching, blue contrast here, shows carbon fiber up at the top on this plate here. The door panels, this is where some of the upgraded stuff are. It has gloss black door panel cards, leather on the armrest, and I believe more of these switches are illuminated. I think on the one I had, only one of them lit up. All of these light up now. Not like big deal or anything, but it does come with a few more things. So, and the car drives perfectly fine. I don't see any issue of why the guy would have traded the car in, unless if he just was not happy with the performance. I mean, obviously this isn't the fastest car out there, but it's more of a fun car, and it needs to be put on the track to actually be able to use it for what it is. So that's really the car I bought. So let me know down below if you think I made a dumb mistake trading in my white one for this one. Financially wise, I mean, I honestly think that I didn't really like lose any money other than having to pay the stupid dealer fees and stuff. But for how much this car was going for and how much they're selling for right now, it is ridiculous. I got this car for probably close to $5,000–6,000 under MSRP. Sure, it was used with 3,800 miles, but I'm not going to complain. It definitely seems brand new. I might need to clean it again, but yes, it is such a nice car so far to own. And like I was saying, I pretty much took everything off the car and now that I've taken everything off, I'm going to just pretty much swap it back on there. So like my dash cam, I'm not gonna put this one back on there. If you guys are interested and want a circuit edition shift knob, weighted one or whatever, let me know. I'll shoot you a good deal on that one. But throwing in a couple of these things, throwing in my amplifier, and getting everything in my floor mats as well. So let's start throwing all that stuff back into the car. Alright, so I got the 3D mats in there now. These look so much better, and they're going to protect everything so much more. I couldn't believe how much dirt was actually built up around just the pedal and the dead pedal. It was so much because those mats don't protect any of that stuff. So, but now this will stay protected, keep the carpet perfect underneath there. So now I'm going to put that IMT dongle in here and then throw in my dash cam. The dongle is very easy to put in here. Just have to pop off this plate, and the dongle is right here. So the dongle goes in where the IMT button is. The easiest way I found was to push this button out just to get access to it. That way it's easier to unplug everything. So once you unplug this, you have enough slop to get this back in, and then you can feed this, and then you can pull this out, and you can slap this back in. And if any of you guys are unfamiliar with what that does, that'll keep the auto rev matching on every time you start the car. And then once you take this off, you just want to slide down, then this will come on. So if you're unfamiliar with this, this pretty much integrates perfectly with everything else up here. So alright, so got the dongle in, IMT instantly came on, got my dash cam on. There's small little lights that light up over there. No lights on the dash for the collision control stuff, so everything is good. So now one thing I'm going to do, pull the radio out and put in this amplifier. So, and if you guys are interested in any of this stuff, I'll put links down below, because these are all pretty much like, I wouldn't want to say must-haves, but they're really great additions to the GR because they kind of lack the interior, and so being able to swap some of this stuff out is definitely a upgrade, like the floor mats, the amplifier, having a built-in dash cam that looks OEM, and then being able to actually keep your rev matching on all the time. So just all those little creature comforts. So, but now I'm going to take this radio off and then put this in right on there. Alright, so that's going to be a wrap for this video. So as you see, we swapped the white GR Corolla for a blue Circuit Edition GR Corolla. So, and this thing is actually pretty fun to drive. If you guys want to see a point of view drive with this car, just let me know down below. Then we could probably take this thing on a little rip and have a little fun. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.